The best way to get better at programming is to practice. In this example, we are going to look at building a class which has overloaded methods. Now, we've already seen overloaded constructors. These are going to be overloaded methods and how and why we might want to use them. As always, this file is available for download using a link provided below in the description. We'll pause for a couple seconds so you can download the file, and then you can either attempt it on your own and then check your answer, or you can follow along with us. All right, so let's get started. As you can see here, we have a class called example5. This is a little bit different than our previous examples, and you notice that we have three doubles, an x, a y, and a z. We have a constructor that's going to take those three values, and I've already actually set up a main value to handle that. Now you might say, well, why is that? Well, that's because I'm going to go down here just a little bit, and I want to create a method for finding the distance in 2D space with my x and y coordinate. So I'm going to come down here and say public double distance, and this is going to be our method name. Now it's going to take two parameters, an x and y, so we are going to say double x and double y. And we have our method. Now we need to calculate our distance, and then we need to return that value. So we can do it all as one big thing real simply if we want, or we can break this down to a couple of different steps. So that's what I'm going to do, is just do a couple of different steps just to make it so it's a little bit clearer and easier to read, especially if you're not familiar with the distance formula. To do that, I need to know a double for what I'm going to call dx. dx is going to be my delta x, or my difference between my two x coordinates. And that's going to simply equal this dot x minus x. Then you have a double dy. That's going to be for delta y. And that's going to equal this dot y minus y. Now you might be asking, well, what happens if what's passed in is bigger than what I have? I might have a negative value. That's okay, because we're going to square those delta values. So how am I going to do that? Well, quite simply, I'm going to say return math.square root. What's going to be my square root? Well, it's going to be math.pow dx squared, so comma 2, plus math.pow dy comma 2. So all it is we take the difference in x, we square it, plus the difference in y, we square it, then we find the overall square root, and that's what gets returned. That's how we calculate distance in 2 dimensions. Now find the distance in 3 dimensions is almost the same, except we have to allow for that third dimension. So I'm going to say public double distance double x comma double y, and now I'm going to say double z, because this is going to be for 3-dimensional space. And if you notice, it looks very similar. In fact, I use the same function name, and this is what overloading is. It's where we use the same function name more than once, but we pass in either a different number of parameters or different types of parameters. Okay, so it has to be very, very simple. Now, I might be tempted to go and call that distance with x and y and add in z, but the math doesn't work out like that. So I am going to, just to make my life a little bit simpler, copy and paste my delta x and delta y. And then I'm going to come up with a delta z, like such. Okay, now I can have kind of a in-between method if I want, and I might do that just because of how long this is going to get. So I'm going to say double sum equals math.pow dx squared plus, and I can, if I want to, just to be a little bit simpler and faster, I'm going to copy and paste this. But I need to be careful and say, oh, this is going to be dy, and this one's going to be dz. Okay, so you notice I kind of got long, which is why I didn't want to do the math square root in there. So now I'm going to say return math.square root, and I'm going to square root that sum. That was that in-between stage I just created. Okay, so now I've got my 2 overloaded methods. Very simple, easy to use. Well, how's this going to work? Well, if you notice up here, I have distance 2D and distance 3D. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say pt, that's the name of my object for example 5, dot distance And I'm going to take in just the 2 parameters like that. Notice that it doesn't give me any issues with that. It knows that I have a distance method that takes in 2 parameters. I'm then going to say for distance 3D, that's going to be pt.distance, except now I'm going to have 3 parameters, and all these are going to be 0. So the only difference is the fact that I've added a 3rd value. But this lets me very easily see what those values would be. You can say system.out println 2D colon plus distance 2D, and I'm going to say system.out println 3D colon plus distance 3D. Because I have a static main, I can run this. And you can see I have 2 different values. My distances are different between my 2D and 3D because my 2D assumes it's on the same plane and the z coordinate isn't calculated. But with my 3D, it is calculated. It gives us additional distance. Notice that in example 5 that I have a negative number for my z coordinate. But because I square that value, my value for my distance actually goes up. This is exactly what I would expect. So this is using overloaded methods inside of Java. Hopefully you found this example helpful. If so, please consider giving the video a like and feel free to subscribe so you can see more videos on how to get better at programming in Java.